right, so a lot of stuff before. Let's press on to actually playing something, right? So I'd like to talk about what I like to refer to as the chromatic-ish scale. So the chromatic-ish scale is a finger exercise that I'd like you to practice and start to play so that you can develop muscle memory with your left hand. Now, I refer to this as the chromatic-ish scale because we're not playing all the notes within the chromatic scale. We're only playing the notes that end up landing in this sequence with our fingers, our four fingers. So I'd like to talk a little bit about how we go about doing that. Now, when you go to the guitar, I want you to think about your fingers going through the guitar neck. So, as if you were to place your finger in such a way to where you're trying to reach your thumb from a C position with your hand. Now, this kind of touching is touching, but it's also a squeezing. We are trying to squeeze in order to get this tension from the strings or affecting the strings coming from the tension of our hands squeezing. So without getting too nerdy, I want you to think about playing in such a way to where your fingers are lining up as close to the frets as possible. We don't want to be like too far away, and we don't want to be on top of the frets. We want to be right behind the frets. Now, as we start to learn how to get more comfortable with this, one thing that you'll find is that when we're playing the guitar, it isn't as linear as it appears to be. Actually, you'll find that your hand is going to flow very naturally in a circular-ish kind of function. And it should feel like that, especially with a free-flowing thumb in the back of your neck. So what I'd like for us to do is to start at fret 1 with our pointer finger on string 6. And it will sound like this. That is a sufficient amount of tension. Now, what I'd like for you to do with this chromatic-ish scale is to follow the course of pointer finger, middle finger, ring finger, pinky, from the 6th string all the way to the 1st string. So without further ado, I'm going to play it and then I'm going to talk about it. So here we go. All right, so that is our chromatic-ish scale. And really think about it more as like a warm-up exercise for your left hand, just so that you can start getting used to moving in this way up the fretboard, where you're aiming for each of the frets right before the frets, and you're getting that sufficient tension and moving up string to string. Now, when you're going down, it is a little bit different. You want to make sure that you're already set up for the next note. So when you're playing, you can lay your fingers down on the next notes that are going to be happening. So if we're going backwards from the first string, that would be ring finger, middle finger, then pointer, and then so on and so forth. Now, you might be thinking like either this is easy, this is difficult, whatever the case may be. Remember that you can leave a comment. You can also send me a video of you playing and I can help direct you from that point. But as far as we're concerned, let's press on. So that being the chromatic-ish scale, our finger exercise in the left hand, I'd like for us to get some facility so that we can move around now. So we just played this kind of position, getting used to this kind of movement. Now what I'd like for us to do is learn how to move this hand position to the next fret. So if we were to start and go all the way up to the 4th fret of string 1, like we did with this example, and then we wanted to shift our hand position just a little bit higher, what we can do is pinch this tension, pinch this note, and slide up. And then walk it back down. From fret 5 to 2. Making sure that we're not caving our fingers in, we're staying strong with our fingers over the strings. And then, instead of moving up with our pinky this time, we're going to move up with our pointer finger. So we'll hit and slide. When we hit and slide, we're going to go right up to the point where it's right above the fret. And play. And we could continue this progression, keep moving up until we're satisfied. You can go as far as you can play. For our purposes right now, what I'd like for us to do is to actually shift down so that we can learn how to move down as well. So let's do that. Now instead of sliding up with my pointer finger, I'm going to slide down. And then continue the procession going up. Now let's do the same thing, but we'll do it with the pinky going down. And then just for good measure, let's actually play some open strings as well. Where this time I'm going to pretend like I shifted down here with my pointer finger below what is called the nut, and then I'm going to walk up, playing that open string first. Open 6, open 5th, open fourth, open third, open second. And that is a really, really good exercise for you to start getting used to using your forefingers and going up and down the fretboard. The reason why I like to think about this scale as a really helpful device for you to be able to get familiar with the fretboard is I want you to start thinking about your hand being in one position and then you laying down certain fingers depending on whatever you're playing. To make things easier as you play, something that Kent Hewitt, a really phenomenal piano teacher, calls economy of motion. We want to be very wise with our motion so we don't have to work so hard. And this is one way that we can go about doing that. Now, before I go, I want to take you through a full kind of chromatic-ish exercise, all the way up to the 7th fret and then down. And after that, that'll be it. And then I'd like you to do the same exercise, get this down, and that will prepare you for our other left-handed techniques. And pretty soon after that, we'll move on to our right hand techniques. So if you were thinking, man, like I'm not getting my notes quite like that, that's okay. We haven't gone over that yet, and Lord willing, we will go over that very, very soon. But for now, let's go over our left hand chromatic-ish walk-up scale. My bad. Whew, that was a lot. I hope that this blessed you. And like I said, plenty of times before, but it still remains true. God bless you, and Lord willing, I will see you in the next lesson.